Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for joining me for today's video. And this is the card that I'm going to be working on. And this, I saw a card, it was this part, the Designer Series paper, was a card another Stampin' Up demonstrator had on her blog, Mary Fish. And I really liked cutting the strips of this paper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this does give you a real fall thing with like the planks of the wood. So I made a little bit of modifications, changed things up just a little bit to what I wanted to do, and this is what I'm going to share with you. So it's this greeting is from my favorite bundle in the mini catalog, which is More Than Autumn, and it's the stamp set and the coordinating dies. And just in case you wonder, like, oh my gosh, why are those in yellow? I highlighted, like there's the word hot and there's cocoa that are the dies. So I went through and like spice is a die for the word. So I went through and on my cover, I mean, this is just if you're not familiar, this is just a cover. I pulled my cover out, took my highlighter, and I highlighted what words had coordinating dies, because I couldn't remember. So it would be like, oh, do I need to stamp this or does something cut this out? And then I would always have to be looking and go, no. So it's just a little, tip and trick that helps me. And then this is a die cut from the Everyday Details. That is an online, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I could feel that sneeze coming on. That is an online exclusive, the Everyday Details dies. So we're going to get started with our card. And I will have all of the dimensions and a listing of all the material that I'm using for this project on my blog, Stamp with Leigh. If you're watching this from my YouTube channel, please click on the description box below. Click more to expand and open that up. There is a link you can copy and paste that will take you to this blog post, and you will find all the other information there. But my card base is 4 1/4 by 11, and that is Smoky Slate. And then next I have a piece of Misty Moonlight, and I have 2 pieces of white that are 3 3/4 by 5. So this layers really well on here. And normally on the inside, I would use 4 by 5 1/4 for my inside piece. But because this card was made at a recent class, I didn't want people to get mixed up and put the larger one on the front or whatever. So they're just both. But you know what? I'm thinking, nah. You can always either make this 4 by 5 1/4, or you can take another piece of Misty Moonlight that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 and mount this on that to mount inside. That would look really cool. But you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let me grab a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock here, and it just take me a second to cut that. So 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. So I've got my paper trimmer off to the side, and I am just going to cut that, and then there we go. In case you're wondering what this is I have all of my cardstock. I have all my cardstock in folders, and I have it labeled. So here's my cardstock, and then I have these clear folders that I throw like my scraps in, and I keep that in front. And then that way I always know to look for a scrap. And what was I going to say? Oh, and I labeled these because originally I just had the plastic sleeves, envelopes, folders in there. And then, for example, if I had, like at one point we had Pretty in Pink and Petal Pink, and they were really similar. And we had, is this Daffodil Delight or is this Crushed Curry? And it was like, because I would just pull these out and work and then figure out the colors I want and then refile. And I couldn't figure out what colors they were. So I put labels on them. I put labels so it would help me and tell me what I was, oh, did I cut this or what I was doing, where I needed to be. All right, so you know what? We're just going to go ahead and do this right now. And I'm going to pull out my silicone mat. And because I am using a, what I call a diamond dot pattern tape dispenser, if I put this on my silicone mat, it, I know I won't be able to do it that way. The adhesive only goes onto my paper. I might have to trim this just a little bit. And this is also one thing I like about a diamond or a dot pattern. Until I really press it down, I can lift it up and keep moving it until I get it straight. And I think that's straight. So I am going to press it down, and I am going to get my snips. It's just a little tiny bit that needs to be trimmed. Okay, and then we are going to put this on here, and it just gives you a very small border. We'll see if we'll dress that up. So that's going to be for the inside. So I'm going to set that off to the side, but I do want to do my stamping right now so I can stamp that and let it dry. And then from the More Than Autumn bundle, I took the 2 words. There's a, oh my gosh, are my blocks dirty? I think I need to clean them. I took the hello and mounted it, and then I took the autumn and mounted it the other way. You could do it separate if you want, but I just did them both at the same time. And hopefully I'm going to get that somewhat in the middle. Ooh, looks good. All right, close this off, set it off to the side so I don't stick my fingers in it. And then we are going to put our strips onto our white. And I'm thinking I'm going to follow the same color that I have these right here. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. And it's always tricky to get your first one down. And I should probably be using the grids on my glass mat. But sometimes that goes wonky for me. I have to say, if I have a piece of our grid paper down, I do much better with lining up than I do with the glass mat. And I don't know why, but I do. Everyone is different, and you really have to find what's going to work best for you. And you can make these strips any length that you want. I think I'm going to put this one more at the top. Like almost at the top. And I'm just butting these. Oh, no, I don't want to do that because then that makes it even. Okay, here we go. We'll do it right like that. I'm just butting these strips up next to each other. And I think this one, yeah, this one ended up being a little bit wider than that one. But you know what? It's okay. And our last one. Okay, so I have that. And I'm going to mount this onto my Misty Moonlight. It's pretty good. And I know already I am going to make a change from this one to this one, the one we're doing right now. But that's going to be at the very end. So let's see if I can get this on here straight. There's never any guarantees. No guarantees that anything's going to be straight. But that's the fun of it. So get this onto my card base. Okay, there we go. Now, let me get my greeting. And I am going to die cut this out. I've got the Stampin' Cup Mini off to the side, but I want to try and get this in here straight. I'm going to use a piece of paper tape. You can use a Post-it note, whatever. So I've got my sandwich there, my Stampin' Cup Mini. Since this is a smaller die, I can just pull this over on my work desk. Don't have to use the big boy. Peel my tape off, use that again. Put my die off to the side so I don't lose it, because I do. That happens. Okay, I'm gonna get some dimensionals. We're gonna pop up our greeting. And I've got some little ones here. I'll just use these. Every little, oh, it came out 2. Every little piece is part of a dimensional works just fine. Oh, get the most out of your supplies. Okay. Now, do I want this to go straight? Do I want it on an angle? You know what? I think I do like it just straight. Just straight across. Do I want it up high? Do I want it down low? I think I'm going to put this one down just a little bit lower. It's a little something different. Okay, so our little leaves, and this is also from those little leaves are also in the More Than Autumn bundle. There's not a stamp that coordinates with it, but this is that's the leaf. So there's that. And what that does is, if you're not familiar with this die cut, you'll notice I have adhesive paper on the back. It will give you, I think you can kind of see it here. It will give you this real thin outline. It will give you the more inside, and then it will also give you like the vein. So yeah, these were falling apart when I was die cutting. They're falling apart. So I put an adhesive sheet on the back so that it would all sort of much stay together. And I just started cutting. I wasn't sure how many of these I was going to use, but since I have these, I think we're going to just add some more to this one. And I think what I'm going to do is just snip the little ends off, because I don't think I want them. So I'm just snipping them off. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have a little trash holder. Oh, little trash holder on a rod there. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's see, we're going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there. I think I'm going to do the same at the bottom. One there, one there, and one there. Or do I want to keep building up here? Oh, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, you get something in your head and you think like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Okay, I think this is what I want to do. I think. We'll see. I'm not really sure I want. And on the darker, on the Misty Moonlight that I cut out, the little leaves, I put my black dimensionals on those. And then on the Petal Pink, this is Petal Pink, I just used our white mini dimensionals. And I know this is so boring for you, sitting there watching me pull the backing off of all these little leaves, but you know, hey, I guess I could have pulled them off and just had them sitting off to the side, but yeah, I didn't think of that. So yeah, do you ever notice that usually that's how it goes? You think of, you know, like, oh, I should have done that, and it's always after the fact. Okay, we're gonna put, I think I'm going to stick that one on top. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. All right, I got one more. Does this bad baby go down here? I think so. I think that's what we're going to do. Whoa. And again, my adhesive paper is wanting to come off. And I want that to stay on there to try and keep my my leaves together, at least until I can get it on the card. If they start to peel off or separate and come apart now, you know what? I don't really care because they're down. All right, and then I took from, and this is from the mini catalog, the Natural Tones linen thread, and it's Night of Navy, copper clay, and garden green. Yes, garden green. And even though this is Night of Navy, and this is Misty Moonlight, it still coordinates and looks good. So I'm going to get, and it's just a double bow, a glue dot. Okay, I've got that, and you know, the rate I've been going today, I am just going to put this onto Piercer. I'm going to put this right here because that, come on, that's where I want my bow. It's right there. And I'm going to press that down. I'm going to get my snips. Trim this off. And then all we have left to do is put this on the inside. So I'm curious to see how this looks since we added the Misty Moonlight to this. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is, oh, we're not done. This is the original. So we've got that. And like on here, I used the Regal Floral Dots on here. But I think on this, I'm going to use, and this is actually Night of Navy. This color here is that it is Night of Navy, but it's got like a, like foiled, like little gold little dots in it. And it looks just fine because this is Misty Moonlight. But I have the Tinsel 3-pack gems, which does have Misty Moonlight. And that is what I'm going to use on this one. So here we go. So I've got, put one here. And get one over here. And we're going to put one, you know what? We're going to put one here. You don't have that many. Let's go a whole hog on this thing. I'm going to put one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, my rule of thumb, you got to have odd amounts. 5. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, don't want it there, don't want it there. We're going to go right there with it. So that's it. Hog wild with those, with those embellishments. So again, this is my original one. And then inside, this is one we did today. And I added just more of the leaves because I had them. I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, this is perfectly cute with the 2. But how many did I add? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5 again. And then we added the white cardstock onto a piece of Misty Moonlight. Just framed that just a little bit. So they're both adorable. They're both cute. And they are relatively easy to make. Yeah. And just, I think, just a really beautiful and cute fall Thanksgiving greeting to send to someone. So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.